Hello, hello. Today we have a review for the Blue Raspberry palette from Glamlite. I so enjoyed using this palette. This is a palette in a collection that came out a while ago. It came out like 3 years ago. I have on my channel a review for the red palette, and this is the blue palette. So many things to say. First of all, spoiler, if you haven't seen that review for the red version of this palette, for some reason, the shimmers in that were just not good. I was not at all happy with the shimmers. I absolutely loved the red mattes, though. I think it was the first palette I ever held on to just because of the mattes. It has beautiful mattes, some of the best red mattes I have ever experienced. And for this one, thankfully, I loved all the shades in this. I didn't really have any issue with any of the shades. So if we're talking about the red palette versus the blue palette, I definitely feel like the blue palette is better than the red palette. Now, I also do think I got my red palette from a wholesaler like TJ Maxx, so possibly, maybe that's why, maybe it was older at the time, I don't know. I got this one directly from Glamlite, and this one's fine. I think I also want to mention when these came out about 3 years ago, I think everyone's instant reaction was it reminded us of the Blue Blood palette and the Blood Sugar palette from Jeffree Star. I think that the red ICEE palette is pretty interchangeable with the Blood Sugar palette that Jeffree came out with, because that palette does have reds and it has pinks and the whites, and I feel like that makes sense. For this blue palette, however, it definitely feels like it's kind of in a league of its own, to be honest. I have the Blue Blood palette and I have this one now, and it definitely doesn't feel like, listen, I get it, like to a lot of us, and I feel like even to me, a blue is a blue is a blue is a blue, right? Like, I think that most people think that if they have the Blue Blood palette, they probably don't need this, and they're probably right, you know, blue's a blue. But I really feel like, I don't know, like, the shades I have in, there's just a little mirror in there, it's so cute. But the shades that I have in this palette, I feel like I really don't have in that Blue Blood palette, to be honest. But I'm also thinking of, in terms of formula, and to be honest, again, it's been a while since I pulled out my Blue Blood palette, but I feel like I can definitely say that the shimmers in this I liked probably more than I did the Jeffree Star one. There's some shades in here that might look a little similar, but I feel like overall just the intensity, just the kapow factor, girl, I was living. I loved this palette. This palette was so fun to use. I wore this palette to a kind of like, I went to you could call it like a goth concert, like post-wave, new wave kind of music. It was really fun, and I wanted to do something kind of edgy without being too edgy, but something I also thought maybe other people wouldn't be wearing at this event. And I feel like I absolutely nailed it, because I don't think I saw a single person wearing blue eyeshadow or blue lipstick. It was pretty much just black, white, red. So I definitely stood out. I got so many compliments from the gals wearing this palette, and I'm really happy to have it. I'm totally keeping it. I loved how intense it was. Let's do like these lighter shades. I want to start off with like the shimmers. Look how intense that is. That is so pretty. Oh my god. Look, honey. Ooh. Ooh, girl. Look at that. That is so pretty. I love just like, oh, it's so intense. It's like, it's the perfect amount of intensity that I love. I'm also going to swatch, these lighter shades, because to me, the issue is always that shades are too light and they don't work for my skin. Let's do this one. So I want to show y'all the lightest shades in this palette so you can see, do you see how pigmented that is? That is so pigmented. Like, it was so easy to blend. I just had so much fun using this palette. And of course you can make it lighter or brighter, however you need, you know. But look at that. It's there. The intensity is there. I love this. This was so good. I had so much freaking fun with this. I love the theme. I definitely recommend this palette over the red palette, to be honest. Now that we're here, I also want to mention the lip glosses I also have in this collection. So I pretty much have the entire collection. I believe it was just the 2 palettes. And these 3 lip glosses that come in this ICEE slushy cup. And I still have the plastic on this, but it does come in this cup. Just super nostalgic. And then we have these 3 here, which is in raspberry, cola, and cherry. Just like the OG icy slush flavors. I love that. I love the theme of this. Just absolute, so much fun. I'll do a little swatch of these. So they all have a scent. So this one, this doesn't smell like, this one's supposed to be raspberry. This is raspberry. The scent is just kind of more of a vanilla flavor, and it is just a clear gloss with a little bit of a blue sparkle. Nothing too big, nothing too crazy. I think I prefer these two, to be honest. We have cherry, and I believe cherry does smell like cherry. Yep, cherry smells like cherry. I love this one, and it has like enough of a color where it really just feels like it naturally colors your lips. The formula specifically for the cherry lip gloss is thicker than the other two. I don't know why, it just is. It feels more of like a thicker vinyl lip. So just heads up. And then we have this one, which is Cola. Cola is a kind of red base with like brown and gold shimmers. Also very pretty. I love this idea of Cola. I'm gonna put this over here. You can see here it has that red kind of base, and then with that gold brown shift. I really like all these shades. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm so happy with just having this entire collection. I definitely wish I kind of could have had it when it came out, but of course I, try to curve how much I buy by making sure it's on sale first. But I absolutely recommend this collection. If you can find this collection still, of course, always at your local wholesaler, I definitely recommend it. Maybe beware of that red palette, but overall the lip glosses and the blue palette are definitely doing it for me, and I'm so happy to have these in my collection.